Hi friends, my name is Sherry Sidoti and I am the lead teacher and the director of Fly Yoga School on Martha's Vineyard, which is a 200-hour teacher training program that we do in an immersion style. So the training takes place as two 11-day modules with a few months in between that are spent doing sadhana, or our personal spiritual practice, as well as reading and reflections on our reading, taking, observing, and assisting classes to hone in our teaching skills. The 11-day immersions are done on a private retreat on Martha's Vineyard, and some people choose to stay on the retreat, and some people get their own places to stay or live here and have their own places to stay. But the group really comes together immersion style for those 11 days. We're together all day long from early in the morning until the early evening. And then in addition, we have some evening or some night programs that we do together. We mainly explore the various pathways of yoga through our koshas, or what's called the 5 bodies. So yoga, as we know, is experienced, taught, and explored and practiced and shared through many different pathways. We practice hatha yoga, which is the yoga of postures and breath work, which may be what we're more accustomed to in the West. Raja yoga, which is the yoga of meditation. Bhakti yoga, the yoga of devotion. Karma yoga, which is the path of egoless service. And Jnana yoga, which is studying the ancient texts and really looking at, in context, the yoga philosophies and the various yoga scriptures that have been written and how they relate to our interpretation of them from our modern viewpoint and how they relate to the world that we live in today. We explore that all of these techniques, thousands of techniques that are given to us through these different pathways of yoga. We explore them and we learn them and we practice, and then we practice teach them through the 5 koshas, or our 5 bodies: the physical form, the energetic form, our mental and emotional body, our intuitive body, and also the heart, mind, or the soul body. And so the entire immersion is a combination of, group practices, solo practices, smaller group conversations, meditations, techniques, all of the ways that we explore these different pathways, these different teachings, these different lineages of yoga through the depth of the self first. Because once we integrate it into ourself, it becomes the way we live, and thus sharing yoga is more authentic, right? Whether we're actually teaching a yoga class or not, the way that yoga moves through us can only happen when we've integrated it into who we are through steady practice. In addition to really looking at, contextualizing, honoring, revering, and practicing these various pathways of yoga through the self, we also really look at ourselves as students and as teachers, understanding the various ways that we ourselves and other people learn, the different pedagogical ways that people learn, the types of relationships, that our expectations that we have on teachers, because that's going to inform how we choose to integrate and then share teachings ourselves, right? And so we need to, be in a constant, not need to, but it's helpful to be in a constant exploration of our own relationship to things in order for us to be more truthful in how we share. And in that process, there's a lot of uncovering, right? We do a lot of self-work. We end up looking at a lot of our belief systems, our past experiences, uncovering the things that like to be hidden, and bringing them forward in a sacred and brave environment so that we can work on addressing or healing or applying practices, or even just beginning to integrate parts of ourselves so that we can allow yoga to move through us as a life path and in all that we do. Again, whether we ever teach yoga classes or not. So if this interests you, take a look at the website, sherrysidoti.com. you can go onto the 200-hour yoga teacher training page, or feel free to reach out to me directly anytime, Sherry at flyyogam.com. There's so much more to say, but I'm going to keep it here. Have a great day. Bye.